Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be giving you a bit of a Christmassy tour of our home today. I won't show you every room because I definitely don't have like festive bathrooms or anything like that, but if you want to see the rest of the house then keep watching. So first things first is our doormat, and we've had this a few years now. I never know whether it should be facing this way, so when people leave I'm wishing them a Merry Christmas, or if I turn it the other way when they're coming in, but we've gone for this way for now. It's switched around quite a lot. And then this is the view of our hallway, and I really do like our hallway. We had it done actually last Christmas and it's perfect, it really is. It's a bit of an odd shape, but I love the paint that we chose and everything. And then in here, there are just a few festive touches really. This star we have up all year round, but I suppose it is quite festive. I got that from Louise if I remember correctly. And then we have an Airwick pine candle burning here. I've also got a mince pie reed diffuser at the back here, and then a little Noel sign, which I've had for years now. I think that might have been from Waitrose. And then everything else pretty much stays here all year round. So that's Bill's drawing of a Tudor house there, and this is a quote from my favourite musical, Les Mis: "To love another person is to see the face of God." I like to see it there. And we have a little mirror, and there's me. And then the only other festive touch is just this sign here that says, "Baby, it's cold outside," and I think I got this a few years ago from Matalan. So next up is our kitchen, and I don't do loads in here because space is quite limited, but this is the kitchen side of this area at the back of the house, and there are a few little festive touches and I will show you around them now. So if you were wondering firstly what it smells like in here, it smells like the Yankee Candle Christmas cookie at the moment. I really like this one. It's super festive and like cozy and sweet without being like too cinnamony if you're not into that, even though I am. And then at the back behind it here we have this little sort of different style Christmas tree, and I think I might have picked this up from Waitrose. I can't honestly remember, but I've had this a good few years now and it's just beautiful. I really like it in here at night if I've got this lit and turned on, and it looks really cozy. Then another Christmassy touch are Bill's drawings that he's done at school. I alternate between like bills and daisies and whatever comes home, and then once they are a bit out of date, yes, I do bin them, but they get pride of place for a good few weeks, and this is everything that he's brought back recently. I do remove the bottom two when I'm cooking, don't worry. Then the other festive touches are just on my windowsill here. So I have a little snow globe, which I've had for a while now, and then that star is from John Lewis. And then we have this tiny little Christmas house as well, which also lights up. And then over on the other side of the room is like our dining area slash TV snug type thing. And there are just a few festive touches in here, so I'll walk you around now. So this is our sofa. It's just one of the cheap IKEA ones. I'm sure you've seen these before, and we just have it in beige. You can take the covers off and wash it, but we try and preserve that by putting throws all over it. So this throw here is from Georgia Asda, I believe. It's either that or Matalan. They're my two favourite places to shop for like Christmassy bits that are very like budget friendly. Then this pillowcase was actually made by Mark's mum, and then if you saw my festive favourite, she also made us this gorgeous throw. And on the other side is a lovely deep red fleece, and it's very cozy and lovely. And then over on our little dining table here I have this mini Christmas tree that I think I picked up from Waitrose at the beginning of December, and it's lasted really well so far because it's alive. I just have to remember to keep watering it. And then these look like they're like product placement or something, or I've set it up like I'm in some sort of interiors magazine, but I always like to leave drinks out on the table for the kids because I like them to stay hydrated, and they normally come and find their drinks when they need to. They actually got these from Father Christmas at Bill's school fair. So this one here is Daisy's and that one here is Bill's. Then over here on the back wall are where my Christmassy books live and any festive magazines that I might be reading at the moment. And then down here are where all of my cookery books are, including my two festive favourites. So there's Jamie's and Nigella's Christmas there. The fairy lights are up all year round, but they always feel extra festive at this time of year. And this starlight is actually here all year round as well, but I've just refreshed the batteries, although one of the bulbs has gone, which is really annoying. And then finally, this Noel sign is one that I've had for a couple of years, but again, no longer works. So that's a reminder to take all the batteries out of everything before you put them into storage, because it's so annoying. And then on the other side of the hallway is our living room slash playroom area, and I have this little Jingle All the Way sign up here, and I believe this is from Matalan a couple of years back, but let me show you round. So this room is also split into two, and there's this side over here, which I'll show you in a second, and then on the other side is the kids' play area and playroom, and this is generally where they get up to mischief. So the first thing that is pretty much missing, I would say, this year is a Christmas mural. I normally do something for Halloween and for Christmas every year on our blackboard wall, but I've been so busy and I've been struggling a little bit while Stan and Daisy have been poorly over the Christmas period so far, that Bill took it upon himself to do it for me, and I have not got the heart to rub that off. So it says Merry Christmas. Yes, we are missing the H. And then there's Father Christmas in his sleigh and some reindeers and stars, and that there is a moon. I thought it was a cookie and got corrected very quickly, but that is pretty special, and I'm not replacing it with something else because, well, that's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? Now, over here, typically we would normally have like toys on top of here, like bigger ones out of the way, that kind of thing, but we have our advent calendars at the moment, and I have saved up to make sure that the kids have like a cheapy chocolate one, which I both got from, where is it, B&M. So Daisy's got Peppa Pig and Bill has a Jurassic World, but then I also got Bill the Lego Star Wars, and Daisy has this Happy Valley, I think it is. So it's got like Christmas trees and a Father Christmas, and then Mark has the Lindor one that I bought him as a treat because it's his favourite, and last year he got me a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and despite not wanting one, I got the Maltesers one as a surprise off Bill and Mark, which was super cute. So that is where we come every morning for our treats, although I do happen to forget quite a lot. And then over on this windowsill here are two things that I'll show you. I've turned this round because it's got Bill's school photo on and I want to keep his emblem private, but this is very, very old and actually came to me from my grandparents, and I've had it a few years now, and we get it out every year, and it's a nativity scene, and there's all of the figures there, but the most beautiful part is that it actually reads a verse out to you and sings. So one second, I'll press the button. And then slightly less glorious is just this outline of like fir trees, Christmas trees here, and this also lights up and creates a lovely silhouette in the window, which is really nice. Then over to this side of the room, which is the most festive part of the house. So we have our wonky Christmas tree, which has been wonky since we got it, and it's our first real Christmas tree this year. It's looking slightly more worse for wear now because the kids keep knocking bits off it and Daisy likes to fiddle with it, but it's just beautiful. We do have a few presents underneath here already from friends and family members, and we like to treat it that Father Christmas gives one gift and the rest are from other people that love you. So that's just how we do it. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below how you do yours. As for the decorations, some are old and some are new, some are sentimental and some are just cute. My parents get the kids a personalised decoration every year, and then some of these decorations like this one are actually from my own childhood. This is our newest addition this year, and we're going to try and replace this photo every year as we all get older, and in our case, greyer. Are you a star, an angel, or a fairy on top of the tree? Let me know. Then across from the tree is our bay window, and there's not much on here really, but these snow globes, and these were actually given to me by a friend and a fellow YouTuber called Natalie. I will leave her channel in the description bar actually, and they are just beautiful. This one is Daisy's, this one is Bill's, and this one is Stan's. Then over here is our sofa area where we all curl up as a family, we watch family movies, that kind of thing. And I'm going to take you over to our mantelpiece first. So the first thing you will notice is that yes, it does still say trick or treat, and a few people have pointed this out, and again, I've just not had time to take it off and scrub it properly, but I'm going to try and do that this weekend. But if we just forget that's there, I have the kids' 3 stockings, so that's Daisy's on the left, Bill's in the middle and Stanley's on the right. Then in terms of our little mantelpiece friends, this is Monty, which we got from the Manchester Christmas markets one year with Bill. We asked him if he would like to buy something as a memento, and he ran over and picked up the most crunchy, crackly penguin that we'd ever seen. So every single time we get it out, we all laugh, and you'll hear us go, "Oh, Monty," because it's just really, really fun memories. And then these 2 reindeer here are actually my mum and dad's, and we now have them, and I get them out every year because I remember my brother and I loving them as kids. And then finally is Mr. Nutcracker, and the story behind this is that when we were at the Manchester Christmas markets, my mum messaged me and said, "Can you try and get me a nutcracker?" So I went to a store and bought her a miniature one of these guys. But what she meant was actually something to crack nuts, and she wet herself laughing to the point that a few weeks later she brought me a giant one, so we would never forget it because she finds it really funny. And then finally is our Father Christmas like platter ready for Christmas Eve for Rudolph's treat and a treat for Father Christmas as well. And engraved on it is Father Christmas. This board is very special. It comes out once a year. Behold the yummy Christmas treats for you and your reindeer. And I chose to have love from our little family because Bill has his dad's surname, and I didn't want to have like love from the Taylor family because it just wouldn't be right and it would leave him out, so that's what I went for instead. And the nice thing is that one day, maybe when I'm old and grey or dead and gone, my kids can reuse this themselves with their children and it won't matter about the surname. So yeah, it's like a wooden platter and it's all engraved. It's very beautiful. And that, while we're waiting, just lives down here. Then up at top here we have this lantern that my grandma bought me when I was pregnant with Stanley from a local garden centre, and it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it and I feel like it's mesmerising. The kids love to look at it and I'm really going to look forward to getting that out every year. And then the only 2 Christmas cards I have on our mantelpiece are those from the kids. So Bill made this one here and Daisy made that one there. And then we also have reindeer food here that Daisy's nursery gave to us on her last day. So we're going to be putting that out on Christmas Eve as well. Then finally over here is just the Yankee candle that I've got burning, and this is sparkling cinnamon. It's a really, really lovely one. I love cinnamon scents and oh, it makes me feel super festive. And then I guess it is just our sofa, and there's not much festive going on here. Most of this decoration stuff is up all year round, but the 2 festive things you might spot are these cushions. This one was made for us by Mark's mum. Again, she is just such a genius, and all of these lovely things, like, we treasure and we get them out every year, and that has to be one of my favourites. And then over here is another one which I picked up from Georgia Asda, I think, a few years back, and I just like to have them out, and I love the fact that they're both quite neutral, so they're like Christmassy but still fit in with the colour scheme that we have in here anyway. Now the final thing I have left to show you is actually our stairs, because they're quite festive, believe it or not. So on this windowsill here are a few little festive touches, the first being this little card holder. I actually got the little twine and the pegs from Aldi, and I've got loads of Christmas cards here and more up there, which I'll show you in a moment. And then this was actually sent to me by a friend of mine that I made when I was on a birth group with Bill, and she sits on here every year, and isn't she just beautiful? She's so, so sweet. And then I have this Noel sign, but Mark thinks it's really funny to change it to Leon all the time, so this will go back and forth. One day it will be Noel, one day it will be Leon, and so on and so forth. So let's just sort this out now. That's better. And then over here are these 2 little fellows which my grandparents got me when I first moved into this house for my first Christmas, and get them out every year, and this is where they sit. And then the rest of our cards are hanging on this banister. We have a few pegs left, but It's a nice way to jazz up an otherwise quite neutral and dull part of the house. And that is our house at Christmas, so I hope you enjoyed the tour and thank you so much for watching. Bye!